We are going to start the 6 a.m. hour with breaking news. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was assassinated during a campaign speech.
Police arrested the suspected gunman at the scene of the attack. You can look at the gun there. It appears to be homemade. He told police he was dissatisfied with Abe and wanted to kill him. The attack is a shock in Japan, a country with some of the strictest gun laws in the world. Abe was Japan's longest-serving leader before stepping down for health reasons in 2020. Glad you're with us here at 6 a.m., everyone. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Nada Irampour. Our other top story here this morning. Today marks a key hearing over the placement of a sexually violent predator. Some people are making their voices heard before that hearing. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol live outside the Hall of Justice downtown with a closer look at all of this. Good morning.
Good morning, Eric and Netta. Community is worried about their safety after a man convicted 4 times of sexually molesting children could be moving to a home in Borrego Springs. And this morning, those residents are speaking out about this potential placement. Now, a hearing is scheduled for this morning. A judge will decide if 69-year-old Michael Martinez is suitable to be placed into a home. He is a sexually violent predator. Now, before this judgment, residents will have the chance to voice their concerns at a rally alongside Supervisor Jim Desmond, who brought attention to this placement because of how concerned he is. He says the home of the judge will consider it's near a lot of children with limited law enforcement in the area. He says the internet and cell phone coverage is unreliable, and it's just not the right place for someone who is supposed to be supervised 24 hours a day. Now, when asked where should sexually violent predators be placed, Chair Nathan Fletcher said there will never really be an ideal place, but did suggest a couple of trailers in the parking lot of a state prison where police have the best access to monitor. Of course, we'll be your eyes and ears inside the courtroom this morning as a hearing is scheduled for 10 a.m. this morning. Before that, the rally with Supervisor Jim Desmond and those residents will be speaking out at the Hall of Justice as well downtown. We'll keep you updated on this developing story and where this man is eventually placed. I'm Dana Marie McNichol coming to you live from downtown San Diego.
All right, Dana Marie, thank you. And this morning, President Biden expected to take executive action on abortion cases. This is the breakdown. Sources close to the president say he plans to order the Justice Department to push back on states trying to stop women from traveling across state lines for abortion services. He will also reportedly order the Health and Human Services Department to counter states trying to block access to federally approved abortion medication. And this morning, the Highland Park community in Illinois planning the first memorial services for victims of the July 4th parade shooting. Memorial services and funerals for 3 of the 7 people killed are scheduled for today. Meantime, there are growing questions about whether the father of the accused gunman is liable. He co-signed his son's gun application and reportedly insists he did nothing wrong.
And this morning, we are learning more about how police are keeping people safe during San Diego's Pride Parade and the many events surrounding Pride. They plan to have a uniformed officer at every intersection during the parade, as well as plainclothed officers in the crowd. They're also working with state and federal law enforcement agencies and monitoring for any threats online. And this morning, Pride organizers getting ready for the festivities. San Diego Pride Week will officially kick off with the She Fest, and that starts tomorrow. This event will celebrate women and 9 non-binary people in the LGBT community. There will be music, art, workshops. It all starts at noon tomorrow, right at the Hillcrest Pride flag. The law enforcement community is getting ready to march in this year's Pride Parade, and this comes 2 years after organizers banned uniformed officers. That decision came amid a nationwide push for police reform after George Floyd's murder. Since then, Pride organizers and law enforcement say they've made progress. One police officer explains what the decision means for her.
I'm excited that I get to represent who I am. I'm a part of the LGBT community, and I'm a part of the San Diego Police Department, and being able to, mesh those two together and represent who I really am, it's an amazing feeling.
Yes, and you'll be able to see them marching alongside many of us. The parade is July 16th. CBS 8 team members will be there. We will also be streaming it live, so we're excited to be part of this. Cannot wait to see all the rainbows and smiling faces. For more information on Pride events, go to CBS8.com. Click on the Help button.
A summertime staple is returning to Fiesta Island. Yes, we're talking about the 69th annual Over the Line tournament. The competition's heating up, and so is the fun in the sun. CBS 8's Chris Groh live with a preview of this weekend's festivities. All the excitement there on the sand. Chris.
Yeah, look, I mean, we're out in the sand. We've got our feet. You got to put your feet down into it, too, to really, get that over-the-line feeling here. You can't be out here in shoes. We'll have to take Chris Vega, our photojournalist, take his shoes off and maybe get him in some swim trunks here as we get the day started. And look, over-the-line World Championships. There you go. Kick off your shoes there, Chris. We're bringing in Tom here from the Old Mission Beach Athletic Club to kind of explain to everybody exactly what's going to be going on. And, Tom, I think a lot of people, maybe if they're not going to play over-the-line, they do want to come out here. How can they do that?
Free to attend, just come on out. There's parking all around Fiesta Island on the side of the road. People kind of park at an angle to try and get more cars in, so be careful. Don't park too close to the water line in case the tide comes up. We also do have a designated parking area across from the entrance. It's $30. Pre-sales have ended online, so you can just pay at the gate, walk in, or park your car. You can walk. It's a 3-minute walk from the parking lot to where we are playing. Aside from that, take rideshare. We have a rideshare drop-off for Uber, Lyft, etc. So we're doing whatever we can to help get people out here so they can bring the party themselves.
And you were telling me earlier, I mean, we got the focus on over the line. We're showing everybody at home, as you said, softball on the beach as best we can. But this is a big fundraiser for the Old Mission Beach Athletic Club. And what does this tournament specifically go on to support throughout the year?
So this tournament does serve as our main fundraiser. We have another one in May, the Overline Beer Fest, but this is the primary fundraiser that we will put on that puts the most money towards our general account. And with that, we sponsor youth and amateur athletics. We have a lacrosse team that's mostly military members. We have multiple softball teams that are playing in different leagues around the county. It also lets us provide money for sponsoring softball teams in like the AFCSL and Sportsplex locations. Anyone who's providing sports to the community, we want to try and help support them. Yeah. And we also do a lot with Armed Services YMCA throughout the year, and we do a big bike and toy drive for them at Christmas time for their big Christmas distribution that they do. So it helps us provide all those things to those groups.
There you go. Awesome. Well, Tom, thank you so much again for helping us out here this morning. And look, guys, if you are wanting to come out this weekend, just go to our website, CBS8.com. We got all the details again on how to get out here. As you just said, it's free. You can get out here and have a really good time for free. We should be having some good weather here out of Fiesta Island this weekend. We're going to send things back to you, Eric and Netta. But again, as we move forward into this morning, maybe, who knows, we'll get some of the bats and the balls out too.
Yeah,
I want to see.
Love to see your
giant
over-the-line
balls.
skills. See if you can hit that ball over the line.
Chris, does that mean you're barefoot right now? Because we didn't get to see. Can your photographer
We
show
do have a
us?
zoom out option.
I've got the very classic jeans and sandals
yes.
look going on
that.
right now.
He knew
Jeans and
his
sandals
assignment.
look. That is
There it is. Yeah, dig him in,
that
buddy.
is
You mean
very
to say you
classic.
don't
You
report
guys can
like
see
that?
the good old
Every day?
flip-flop
There
tan
they
line.
are.
I love it.
Say that again.
He came
You
prepared.
don't wear that every day, that outfit, when you're out in the field, no matter what you're covering?
Yeah. This is actually what nobody at home sees is the fact that I'm always wearing flip-flops.
Yeah.
Dress pants, flip-flops. When I'm on the anchor desk, flip-flops.
Right, right.
Eric, you
jeans
got
and
flip-flops on right now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For sure. Got to keep it cool.
Very San Diego outfit. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Chris.
buddy.
Have fun out there.
He's going to fit right in there
Thanks,
at the
guys.
beach. Right?
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Everyone kicking off their shoes eventually, though, when it gets wild.
Yeah, flip-flop weather here with this warm-up we've been having.
I've always felt like, remember like the old days when like reporters would consistently wear like men would wear suits on every story they
Yes.
covered, and they'd
do
look
remember
so
those.
silly like on the
yeah.
beach in a suit. So I'm glad Chris is matching the attire of
Absolutely.
the people around him. Makes him fit in a little bit more there. 6:09, good morning to you. Yes, it is definitely flip-flop weather, maybe even tank top weather as you head out along your coastline and inland valleys for this afternoon, as well as the afternoons to come between now and about Sunday. Forecast for the day shows that temperatures continue to warm up, 87 inland. Along the coastline, you'll find some relief, low 70s for the most part. Current temperatures walking out the door, honestly, pretty much flip-flop weather and tank top weather even walking out the door because those overnight lows are incredibly mild. We have mid-60s out there right now, 67 in Oceanside, 64 in Encinitas. I mean, the sun has already made its way up. We were about half hour out from that sunrise, and although those clouds are blocking the view, by the time we get to the afternoon, those temperatures are going to be very steadily in the 70s, 80s, and even low 90s in a couple spots. So here's what we have is that 24-hour temperature change nearly across the board. We're slightly warmer to start off the day than we were 24 hours ago. 2 degrees warmer in Oceanside, 1 degree warmer in Carlsbad and Encinitas, all the way down through Del Mar. San Diego and Chula Vista, pretty much the only 2 spots on the map where we are just slightly a degree cooler than where we were 24 hours ago. Weekend forecast shows that the coastline is going to be the place to be. Expect plenty of company out there with you. Bring the sunscreen because it is still going to be sunny, but you've got those cooler temperatures in the mix. You won't be experiencing those highs in the 90s that we'll see inland as we go into the next several days. So that's important to know. Switching gears, talking about what's going on as far as traffic goes, things have been really mellow on the roads this morning. That's very typical for us for a Friday morning. People usually take a little bit longer to get out the door, and it looks like that is the case as we start off the day. Not only do we not have any crashes or collisions, but you also see green pretty much across the board here. No major areas of volume that we see picking up. Only spot that I want to take you down to is the Coronado Bridge. You see how as you get across the bridge into Coronado, you're slowing down slightly. Orange is not the worst case. It looks like into the next half hour or so, we could start to see that volume pick up. And then from Coronado going down into Imperial Beach area, we're seeing both northbound and southbound that there is some slight congestion. So watch out for that. But besides that, the best way to track any crashes or collisions, it's going to be on the CBS 8 app or our website, cbs8.com/traffic. That and Eric.
Evan, thank you. Coming up here, what the city of San Diego did not do that could cost taxpayers over $2 million.
Plus details on the most transmissible COVID variants we've seen yet, and a new push to make insulin cheaper in California.
And as we go to break, the average gas price here in San Diego, it's down $6.11 now. So it's about 3 cents less than yesterday.